All right, the next song. Here we go. Anastasia. Anesthesia? Anastasia. Full disclosure, when I first had this album in '88, this song, I wasn't really feeling it at first. Like when I first, got the record in that first couple weeks or whatever, I was like, it was just so different Prince to me at the time. It was hard for me to accept it. But now, of course, it's one of my favorites. Anastasia, come to me, talk to me, ravish me, liberate my mind. Tell me what you think of me, praise me, craze me, out this space and time. Between white and black, night and day, black night seemed like the only way. So I danced. Music late, nothing great, no way to differentiate. I took a chance. Hey, say. Gregory looks just like a ghost, and then a beautiful girl the most. Wets her lips to say. One thing I wanted to say here too, I'm going to have to pull this out so it doesn't start. This song and the lyrics that he just said right there, when I remember listening back, and I was like, he made it sound like he was talking about a whole other world or something that I just had no idea what the hell he was talking about or who he was talking to. But I knew it was something like Gregory must be somebody, and he's probably referencing something that happened in his real world. But we, the listener, will have no idea. Like, I don't understand the references. Does it sound like he's referencing personal things that his listeners would have no idea what he was? And to me, it was around that time I felt like his lyrics kind of started leaning that way. Like they became very obscure to the point that his world building, if I can say, in terms of his records, he was building this whole world that he was talking about. And at one point, the records I related, and I knew what his themes were, but sometimes he would make references to prove a point in the song, and I didn't understand what he was talking about. To me, this is like when it started like that. And throughout his stuff, half the time I'm like, what is he kind of talking about? But he's so convincing in the way that he describes it or sings it. Though I don't know the references, I can tell that they're real. Like he sells them as real when he mentions people's names, or he'll always say, she did this when it happened, and then that made, and I'm like, I don't think he's actually making this shit up. Like I can imagine that probably did happen in the way that he may see things. So I don't know if that makes any sense what I said, but this song just feels like opens up his world in a whole other way than we had heard on record at that point, if that makes any sense. But let's get back to it, if I can. We could live for a little while. If we could just learn to smile. You and I could fly away. Oh, Anastasia, come to me, talk to me, ravish me, liberate my mind. I like how you said that. Tell me what you think of me, praise me, craze me, out this space and time. Have to feel this right here. Come on, man. Anastasia, come to me, talk to me, ravish me, liberate my mind. Maybe I can learn to love. If I'm just closer to something, closer to your higher self. I don't know. Closer to heaven. Closer to God. I say this all the time right here. Save me, Jesus, I've been a fool. How could I forget that you are the rule? You are my
your child from now on. For you, I shall be wild. I shall be quick. I shall be strong. I tell your story, no matter how long, no matter how.
We got to do that again. Come on now. We got to go back. This is the heart of the record for me right here. Listen.
How could I forget that you are the blue? You are my God. I am your child from now on.
Say it right here.
I shall be wild. I shall be quick. I shall be strong. I tell your story, no matter how long, no matter how. We're just a play in your master plan. Now, my Lord, I understand.
Yeah. Church up in here. Amen. This is it. That's what they had. They would have had that old school. Or if they'd had Rosie back then, she would have been. You know what's funny? That sounds like it comes right after that. Is when it goes round and round, like tapping when he came in. Anyway, I'm tripping. See, I'm getting caught up in it, man. That song right there, and you know the thing to think about and remember is if you had the album, the actual vinyl back in the day, vinyl was still popping. CDs was just coming in when this album came out. And of course the CD, everything was one track, but I didn't have the CD back then. I had the record, you dig? And this was the end of side one. So you had to flip it over. And if you think about it, if you're going from I Know to this track right here, Anastasia, I mean, that's a whole vibe right there. Excuse me. And the way Prince had that all paced, and it was like, when I say paced, the pacing of it, the sequencing of the songs, that first side, you're like, whew, okay. Let me see what's going on. I didn't just got baptized. You got baptized right there at the end, right? And that's a whole little mini album right there. Like, now when you flip it over, that's when your rebirth, when you coming into like, okay, welcome. You know, this the real welcome to the new power generation. You done made it to the other side, Playboy. You know? So yeah, man, let's just keep it going. This album's hot.
Pick it up!
There's a bass guitar in this.
Hey. I believe that's Sheila E. playing, but I could be wrong. Man, we got to get up. Come on now.
Grenade launcher roars in the television sky.
Say what?
Tell me how many young brothers must die. Dance on, dance on. Dance on, dance on. Little talk Johnny blew the big score. Gang.
Man, this is like a church funked out version of Ronnie Talk to Ronnie Talk to Russia. Lord.
They all know the words, but the music is doomed. Everybody dance on, dance on. Dance on, dance on. Pick it up.
Man, it would be cold to see them doing this when they first recorded this in the studio.
Dance on, dance on. Dance on,
Yeah.
dance on. Dance on, dance on. A bass guitar inspired with longing for the funk. Uzi gun takes his place
I'm feeling
in
it.
a wagon trunk. Stealing ladies' purses and setting them aflame. Eminem killers playing Mickey Mouse games. Dance on,
He was spitting back then, man. He was always spitting.
dance on, dance on, dance on. It's time for new education. Former rules don't apply. We need a power structure, the beat production, instead of jacks who vandalize. Detroit, what's happening? Get your money straight. 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 Dance on.
Listen, man, this is like it's one of them songs you hear, you done heard so many times, but it's I don't know when you step back and like that song is ridiculous. Like if that would have dropped on any other record like later, you'd be like, "Yeah, I'm okay." And like I said, he was spitting this. I was trying to say, is it like Ronnie Talk to Russia, sexuality, party up? You know what I'm saying? What they want to say, socially conscious lyrics. I mean, he was spitting the same type of stuff he was even doing in his later records. You know what I'm saying? Rainbow Children, Welcome to America. He was going, you know, talking about what was popping out here. Salute, and he was on some funk rock. Man, get off me, punk! You ain't sexy. We say stealing ladies' purses and setting them aflame. This is on some Sign of the Times. Niggas acting goofy, playing Mickey Mouse. Yeah, he didn't say niggas, but Lord have mercy. Man, yeah, Dance On is tough. Don't ever let them, like, if they ever do a Lovesexy Deluxe and they uncover, they're like, oh, there was a video of Dance On. It was Prince, and it was like all in black and in the streets. What? Like I said, don't let them come forward with something from this record, man. Anyway, let's keep going. I get caught up easy jamming to this stuff. Okay, that was Dan's song. Oh.
New power, give it to me. Oh, it needs some bottom in the air. Lay on me.
Hey. I will say this. I don't prefer or like the way that this is mixed or recorded or something, but I love this song. I can when you hear it live, actually I didn't really care for it that much. I would listen to it, but when I finally got the Lovesexy live concert video back in the day and I had went to the concert, but it was just too much sensory overload for me to take it in. But on reflection and watching that video and how they play it live, this shit is smoking. I was like, it's just like something between the live and this recorded version. There's just something missing or something, but I can hear it in this version. It's just, I don't know. I think the way it just doesn't, it doesn't sound like I think it should sound, because Prince uses that kind of lead line a lot, and they always kind of those end of the concert jams, gonna be a beautiful night, that kind of, and I love that. But anyway, Lovesick. Let me shut up, Mike. God damn.
Everybody on the block say it is the best. Most vital is what they say, more or less. You put my name upon my thigh. It make me dance,
hot in here.
make me cry. And when I touch it,
Come on, man.
cars burn rubber in my pants. This feeling so good in every single way. I'm wanting morning, noon, and night of every day. And if by chance I cannot have it, I can't say. But with it, I know heaven's just a kiss away, kiss away. Dig me now. Anyone that's ever touched it, they don't want nothing else.
How is he singing it?
I got to tell them, but I just can't keep it to myself. Oh, the life becomes easier. No question is unresolved, and I'm not afraid now. Come on and touch it, I know you will love it within. I know heaven's a butterfly kiss away. This feeling so good in every single way. I'm wanting morning, noon, and night of every day. And if by chance I cannot have it, I can't say. With it, I know heaven is just a kiss away, kiss away. Yeah, say it.
solo right here. From Madhouse. Like his guitar should be more up.
Tonight, we make love with only words. Girls first. Girls first.
Okay, so like first I would start by telling you how smart, intelligent, and curvy you're behind ass. And then I could tell you that I could just smell your race cars were rubber in my pants. But I really did tripping on the thought of being caught by somebody with your beauty style and grace. Baby, I don't care. I would rip out my hair for just 2 nights with your face. I don't want to make love to you. I just want to look at you. I just want to listen to you. Oh, pretty little whip.
You got me dripping all over the floor. The floor. If I come back as a woman, I want a body like yours. A body like yours. Do you like yours? I think you want
Was that beeping? Something he said, or is that just intentional to be in there?
Yeah, you want me to walk right down your halls. You want me to swivel in your love seat, don't you, baby?
write my name on the walls. You want me to write my name
Love with only words. I'll make love to you tomorrow.
Let me stop it right there. Lord, that was a little bit of that old Prince seeping through. You say, write my name in your walls. What you think he meant by that? Prince was a wild boy. Even be talking about, it was a new rebirth. There's some things that don't ever change. I always say for men, a lot of men, not everybody. You take 9 months to get out, then you spend the rest of your life fighting to get back in. But anyway, with that said, let's go.
Sophia,
Sit back on this one.
the brightest star appeals to your sex. Before we do anything, let me just talk to you. When two are in love,
Sing this shit.
they'll whisper secrets only they two can hear. When two are in love, when two are in love, their stomachs will pound every time the other comes near. When two are in love,
Listen.
when two are in love, falling leaves will appear to them like slow motion rain.
Is it good?
Slow motion, slow motion. When two are in love, the speed of their hips can be faster than a runaway train. Drop, drop, drip, drop. Wanna come bathe with me? Let's drown each other in each other's emotions. Bathe with me. Let's cover each other with perfume and lotion. Bathe with me. Ooh, let me touch your body to your rivers in ocean. Bathe with me. Let's kiss with one synonymous notion. Nothing's forbidden and nothing's taboo. Nothing's taboo. When the two are in love. Can you hear me?
Love it.
When two are in love, when two are in love, the body
shiver at the mere contemplation of penetration, let alone the actual act. Two are in love. Thought of his tongue, his deep wonder. In his mind, his thought, it leads the pack. Come play with me. Let's drown each other in each other's emotions. Play with me. Let's cover each other with perfume and ocean. Play with me.
Get it.
Ooh, let me touch your body to your rivers and ocean. Play with me. Let's kiss with one synonymous notion. And nothing's forbidden, and nothing's taboo. Nothing's taboo. The two are in love. In love.
Can you hear me? Holly? Just like that.
Man, I wish that had a video, and they really focused on doing that song live all the way through. It exists on some rehearsals, and it's badass. This is another dope one right here, man. Damn.
Doubts of our conviction follow where we go, and when the world's compassion ceases, still I know fire every touch. Thank you so
Sorry about that.
much. For every kiss, I wish you love, I wish you heaven, I wish you heaven. If I say 11, you can say it's 7. Still I wish you heaven. I wish you love, I wish you heaven, I wish you heaven. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. I wish you heaven, I wish you heaven. I wish you heaven, I wish you heaven. I wish you heaven, I wish you heaven. I wish you heaven, I wish you
Let me stop it right there on that. Listen. Prince had this uncanny ability to make these short songs, or they seem short on the record, and you just don't want them to stop. Remember that? Like when the song, it was like, no, it can't be over. This is one of those songs, like just like it needs to go on. And thankfully, there's the 12-inch version was I Wish You Heaven parts 1, 2, and 3. that is a must-have. You need to go get that, download it, whatever you got to do. That's banging. And the live version of this, it's just such a high point in the concert when that comes and they do that, and then he gets to talking. Man, that's when I really, the first times, like, I was like, okay, dude's a superstar dude, but yo, I'm actually really feeling what he's talking about in this whole vibe. And to me, he kind of presented himself, whether he knew that or not, like he was like a leader or something, like, you know what I mean? Just when he was on the stage and he was like, you know, all the sea of people, and he was like, say, no. He didn't say, he was, you know what I'm saying? Yes. Say, oh, yes. I mean, such a positive affirmation and just vibe, and just to have all those people saying that energy, man, is just powerful. And he was using it for good. You know, he wasn't saying, you know, like some of the, you know, what's that sound? The sound organ. You know, it was some foolishness. It was actually saying something that was kind of like uplifting people, man. And that's why I love this song. And even today, when I hear this, it just it takes me in like I make me feel like a real cozy, relaxing, like no stress and just love. Like, you know, I wish you heaven. It's the way. It's beautiful, man. It wasn't appreciated like it should have been at the time it came out. But man, this is a ridiculous record, man. I love it. All right, let me stop yapping. Get to the last track here. All right. Hold on. All right, Positivity.
Yes.
Once again, just say yes. All you gotta do is say yes. They just needed some bass on this song. Bang.
Walking down the street with that money in his hand. Is that a good man? Why do you dog him? If that was your father, tell me, would you dog?
Man, the vibe, Prince is on that. Dun, 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 dun.
Would you dog him? Positivity. Have you had your plus sign today? Positivity. Do we mark you present or do we mark you late? Is that all your gold? Where did it come from? What did you have to do? Can you sleep nights? Do you dream straight up? Or do you dream in W's? Positivity. Have you had your plus sign today? Positivity. Do we mark you present or do we mark you late?
Turn the guitars up.
Positivity. Yes.
Cannibal drops out of school at 13 years of age. Answer the cue of life and death when it slaps him in the face. Who's to blame when he's got no place to go and all he's got is a sense to know that a life of crime will help him beat you in the race. Will help him beat you in the race.
some stuff for the day.
Positivity, positivity. Have you had your plus sign today? Positivity.
See, corny as I am, I would have had him shoot the video. Would have been like in the streets, like in Chicago or something, walking down the streets, and Prince would be walking down the street, and just like more people coming behind him, and he would come across these situations that he's singing, you know what I'm saying, and before whatever would pop off or something, have you had your plus sign today? And then they would do like the peace sign, almost like he had the wild sign, and all, it would be positivity, and it would be like everybody putting the symbol up, and they'd be just going down the street, just like mad people behind Prince, you know what I'm saying? Like they're just walking. That would be cold. Like I see it, man, just all the people, and you're just like, yo, man, cut that foolishness out. Let's get some positivity. And that was just like ringing out. But again, I'm corny, but that's what I would have did.
Do we mark you present? Or do we mark you late? No.
That would have been the white man bringing the dope to the hood. The brothers would be like, nah, I'm good.
Had your plus sign today?
Say,
Positivity. Do we mark you present? Or do we mark you late?
Wave your hand for positivity, y'all. All the boys and all the girls. You are the new kings of the world. Shall the court sing together?
listen.
Every man's life there will be a hang-up. A world designed to slow you down. Because like a knife it tries to get in you. This spooky electric sound.
Say what?
Give up if you want to, and all is lost. Spooky electric will be your boss.
Say.
Call People Magazine, Rolling Stone, call your next of kin, cause your ass is gone. You got a 57 mag with the price tag still on the side. Cause it was spooky, say dead, you better say die.
Or you can fly
Like he's eating something.
right by Spooky and all that he crawls for. Spooky and all that he crawls
This
for.
nigga smacking on the mic.
Don't kiss the beast.
And honesty, peace, and harmony. Let's give up now. And honesty, peace,
I love this right here.
harmony. Say, hold on to your soul. To go.
Show now.
We used to do the walk back then. Yeah.
Don't kiss the beast.
Say what?
Be superior at least.
Hold on, these all y'all.
Say.
Court, sing.
Hold on to your soul. Got a long way to go. Hold on to your soul.
I love this part too. Man, people just want to keep calling me. Vibing over here. All right. Man, Lovesexy. If you didn't already know or you needed a refresher course, you just needed to be reminded, this album is incredible. When you just take the time to listen, to feel it, just to like let it kind of wash over you, vibe out to it, you know what I'm saying? Meditate on it, just feel the rhythms of it, lyrics, the tone, vibration of Prince's voice, Bonnie's voice, and everybody involved. It's, you know, Ingrid's poetry and just a tone of her voice. You know, this album almost kind of has a sort of meditative vibe, poetry vibe already anyway, which wasn't necessarily a thing Prince had in his records before this. And just really is like it's its own thing, you know, like it's just a great record, man. It's a very positive type of record. Like you could feel good listen to this, you know. For a lot of people, I don't know if people say this nowadays, but I know a lot of times back in the day, this was like, this was the album you listened to when you was kind of going through it and you kind of need to get a little boost. You would put, for me, you know, Anastasia, man. I was like, when I was dealing with some shit, and it's like, save me, Jesus. I've been a fool. How could I forget that you are? See, that's just ingrained in me. Like I say that all the time when I'm getting ready to do something or something. I'd be like, yo, save me, Jesus. I've been a fool. Like that's just a little affirmation type of thing you say. That kind of gives me a little, okay, yeah. I'm not out here by myself. You know what I'm saying? I'm succumbing to I want to be saved. All of that. And yeah, man, salute Prince for even coming out like that. And, you know, we're not going to get into it, but of course, you know, this is sort of like this is the, I don't want you to have the Black album. Let me give you this joint. You know what I'm saying? Let this be the thing I give to the people, not something that might have been filled with hate or whatever. It's like, nah, I got it. It's deeper than this. You know what I'm saying? The sales is deeper than the sales. It's deeper than just having the hit song. I'm putting out a message because I know I got influence. And let me act like I got some goddamn sense. You know what I'm saying? So I feel him on this record. Listen, video's been long enough. I hope you enjoyed this. If this one comes out okay, I'll definitely do more. I appreciate y'all being down with me. First of all, my Patreon people who are seeing this in its entirety, and everybody else across the world. Listen, hold on to your souls. Work it like a job. I'll see you next time. Peace.